3, 2.
Shalom, praise the Lord, gloria a Dios. As usual, I always come up with something new, and today we're going to talk about a lot of things. It's one of the thing about the Trump we're going to talk about, and also what's going on in the world. And we're going to talk about the book of Daniel, that a lot of rabbis are still confused, and they believe whatever the Rashi or the sages talk about and wrote it down in the comments, and they still believe that thing, and that's what they are explaining to you and teaching you. And if you listen to them properly, they never read the complete everything in the context, and that's why they've been confused. And that's why I want you all to read whatever they read in the context again and again to understand what they are talking about. Now, as you know, just now, about 2 weeks ago, what happened with the Trump, that somebody shot him, and now he is that beast that I was talking about on my previous video. If you look, about 4 years ago, I had prophesied and I had said that Trump will be out, but he will be in power again. Exactly those words, if you go about 3.5 years ago when there was election, this is what exactly I said. And also I had put his number as 666, and I explained it to you from his birthday. Now he is the beast that we are looking at from the Revelation chapter. Now I have to go to the Revelation chapter to make you understand. Now Revelation chapter 13, talking about the beast, would be he will be wounded, but the wound will be healed, and then he will be given 3.5 years. Remember, Trump cannot be killed by human being. He cannot be killed by human being. So whoever tried to kill him, they weren't able to kill him till the spiritual power, which is either the God or the God agent, will come and kill him. But other than that, nobody can touch him. I had told you that long time ago. And that's what exactly you see. If you want, I can read Revelation chapter 13, and that way you will understand where we are going. Let me read Revelation chapter 13. If you have a Bible, please look at Revelation chapter 13. Verse 5. The beast was given a mouth to utter. No, let's read from the 2. 13:2. The beast I saw resembled leopard, but had feet like those of a bear, and a mouth like that of a lion. Which is exactly, if you read those things, are in the Daniel book and also in Ezekiel book. The dragon gave the beast his power and his throne and great authority. One of the head of the beast seems to have had a fatal wound. Now listen, this beast is not given a power yet. Remember, he has not been given. After what happened just now, what it says is one of the head of the beast seems to have had a fatal wound, but the fatal wound had been healed. The whole world was astonished and followed the beast. Men worshipped the dragon because he had given authority to beast. And they also worshipped the beast and asked, who is like the beast? Who can make war against him? Now listen, on this one, it's telling you that this beast is wounded, then he was healed, then the world was astonished. I mean, You see, the whole world was stoned. They all were watching CNN and the Fox and NBC and all the news, the whole world. Because remember, United States is still number one in power. So all of them were watching him. All the world was astonished because what happened. But look what happened. Dragon gave him the power and everybody worship him. What do you mean everybody worship him? He's talking about his people. Everybody, Republican Party or whoever it is, the Republicans, they all worship him. They still want him. Doesn't matter who he is, what he is. Everybody think that he is the God chosen one. And so, right now, he is still not given power. Look what happens. Men worship the dragon because he had given authority to the beast, and they also worship the beast and ask, who is like the beast, who can make war against him? Remember, he always tell you that nobody come against him when he was president. Nobody create any problem. Nobody came to war against with the United States or any of the countries. He said, when I was in the power, there everybody was quiet. And now he's still boasting. Remember, he's boasting. If you hear his speech, he's boasting that he is going to make America great again, but in the same time, he will take care of everybody who's against America. And so, be ready. I'm just telling you, be ready. Now listen what he says again. The beast was given a mouth to utter proud words and blasphemies and to exercise his authority for 42 months. So, coming after he been elected, which is he is going to be elected, 3.5 years, exactly 42 months, another 4 years. Remember, he's been given another 4 years to prove himself who he is. Now look what I say. He opened his mouth to blaspheme God. Blaspheme God. He's going to be like, I am the most powerful man on the earth. And to slander his name and his dwelling place and those who live in heaven. He was given power to make war against the saints and to conquer them. And he was given authority over every tribe, people, language, and nations. All inhabitants of the earth will worship the beast, all whose name have not been written in the book of life belonging to the Lamb that was slain from the creation of the world. Now, let me tell you, if you read exactly this thing in the Daniel chapter 7 and 9 and 7, 13, you will understand it's exactly same thing is talking about, that God will give this Ancient of Days the same power, authority, sovereignty, and his kingdom will be forever and ever. And over here, this beast have the same thing, because he is a son of Satan. He is going to have the same thing as Son of God have. And the son of King David will have, which God have promised to Samuel 7:13, that he said, when you will be with your father Jesse, I will raise one of your own son, one of your own blood and flesh from your own loin. I will bring him. He will be in the throne forever and ever. And if he does anything wrong, if he sin, I will punish him, but I will not take the favor from him. He will be my son, and I will be his father. That was the God he promised to King David. Also, God told Jacob 49:10 that Shiloh will come and the gathering of all the people. All those things is about to happen. Now listen, this beast will get the 42 months and he will act like he is the God. Because remember, land of Babylon, America, is the land of Babylon in the end time. And he is the most powerful country. And he will do everything to restore the United States, and he will do to get number one against any of the world. If he has to do anything, he will do, which is the land of Babylon. But God would not let that happen. Now let me tell you, when I said that he cannot be killed by human being, let me read that sentence also, so you can understand that I just didn't make it. It's written in the book of Daniel. If you go to the book of Daniel, chapter 8, and if you go 8:23, in the latter part of their reign, when their rebels have become completely wicked, a stern-faced king, a master of intrigue, will arise. He will become very strong, but not by his own power. He will cause astounding devastations and will succeed in whatever he does. He will destroy the mighty men and the holy people. Remember, this not happened yet. This is not happened yet. It's about to happen in the coming years. So look what he says. Not by his power, he will cause astounding devastation and will succeed in whatever he does. He will destroy the mighty men and the holy people. He will cause deceit to prosper, and he will consider himself superior. When they feel secure, he will destroy many and take his stand against the prince of princes, yet he will be destroyed. Listen to me very carefully. Yet he will be destroyed, but not by human power. Not by human power. That means either we're talking about one person or we're talking about the whole nation. If that happened, the whole nations, then you know the nuclear war will happen. Nuclear war will happen in United States. Somebody will drop because it says the nations, the whole nations. So all those things not happen yet is going to happen in the coming year, which is in 2025 to 2028. All those things about to happen. Now, again, like I said, that lot of rabbi is confused about the Daniel chapter 7, 9 and 7, 13, and also the Son of Man and the Ancient of Days. Now again and again I am telling you, the Ancient of Days is not the God, and the Son of Man is not the God either. None of them are God. But the Son of Man could be sent by God to the Ancient of Days, which is somebody was born in the past. I've been telling you, the Ancient of Days is not the God, which is God had promised somebody to come back. He is the one, is the Ancient of Days. Now I can read 7, 9 and 7, 13, and I want you to listen to those rabbis when they teach you and preach you about Daniel chapter 7, 9 and 7, 13. First of all, they never read in the context, and even if they read in the context, they always bring the excuse or somebody else's name connected to that scriptures. The Rashi said this thing, or this rabbi said this thing, or in the context, it says, is the Ancient of Days is the God. Now, Ancient of Days is not the God. God exists. God never died. The person who never died, he's called God. God is a spirit. He never died. So he cannot be the ancient of days because he's been exist. Beginning of the creation, he was there, and through him everything was made. If you go and read the Genesis chapter, in Genesis chapter, it doesn't say the ancient of days created everything. No, the God created everything, not the ancient of days. If the ancient of days was created everything, then God would have said that I sent the ancient of days. He is the one create the whole world. No, sir. God is the one created. So now I'm going to read the chapter 7, Daniel chapter 7, 9 and 7:13. Now these two scriptures, if you put like 7:13 first and 7:9 later, you will understand better. But I will read according to what the Torah has been written. So you cannot tell me that, look, you are switching the verse. I'm not switching the verse. I'm not going to tell you anything wrong. I'm going to read very slowly. I want you to understand between me and there is another rabbi is talking about Daniel. So let's read Daniel chapter 7, 9. This is what it says. Now when he is reading, he's reading from the throne were set in the place. But before that, he's talking about the four horns. Now, while I was thinking about the horns, there before me was another horn, a little one, which came up among them, and three of the first horn were uprooted before it. This horn had eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth that spoke boastfully. As I looked, now listen to me. As I looked, throne were set in a place, and the Ancient of Days took his seat. Now let me ask you, does God need a throne? Does God need a throne? If the God is up there all these years, beginning of the creation, he must have his own chair or seat. If the God is a person, if the God is a person, then God would have his own throne from the beginning of the world. First thing. So let's read over here. Throne was set in a place, and the Ancient of Days took his seat. His cloth was white as snow. His hair was white like a wool. So he needs to wear white clothes. He has a white hair. His throne was flaming with a fire, and its wheels were all blazing. These are all spiritual things. Either this thing you can see in heaven, or it will be like when they will see the Ancient of Days in his throne. You all will see things will happen. A river of fire was flowing, coming out from before him. Thousands upon thousands attended him. Who's this thousand upon thousand attended him? Is it angels in the heaven, or he's talking about on the earth? If it is on the earth, then Ancient of Days is a human being. As a human being, if I'm sitting over here and thousands upon thousands are attending, or what does it say over here? Thousands upon thousands attended him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. What he's talking about, 10,000 times 10,000 millions of people are standing in front of him. Whose these people are? Is those people are angels or human beings? What he's talking about? It has to be the human being. Unless we all are in heaven up there, that we will be staying in front of him. So he's not the God, he is. The court was seated and the books were open. Now who was going to open the book? In Isaiah chapter, if you read 9 and 11, the sun the Son is the one been given the authority to open the book. He's the one going to judge. God has given all the authority to his Son, the son of King David. And he's the one going to judge because God will give him that ability. So over here, again, please understand this one. Now I'm going to read the 7:13, and that way you will able to catch, and then I will read down there exactly. And if you don't understand about the Ancient of Days, then you're never going to understand the Daniel book. All rabbis, they are not teaching you right. I am sorry, but if they don't listen to me this time, then you shouldn't be listening to him either. Let me read this one. In my vision at night, I looked. This is another vision that I told you to switch it, but don't switch it. Now look what I'm saying. In my vision at night, I looked, and there before me was one like Son of Man. Now, where the Son of Man is coming, he's saying he's coming from up there in the cloud. He's coming from up there. Now, if this Son of Man is down here, then he has to go up there. I told you that long time ago, we talk about the Jesus and we talk about the Son of Man. If you think that Son of Man, he was the Jesus when in the cloud up there and is sitting in the right hand side, then you're all going to have to believe Jesus is the Lord. Or he is the one. But this Son of Man came in the cloud from up to down, not down to up. So look what it says. In my vision at night I looked, and there before me was one like a Son of Man coming with the cloud of heaven. Now, Daniel wasn't in heaven. Remember, Daniel wasn't in heaven. Daniel was on the earth, and he is having the vision that somebody is coming from up there, Son of Man coming from up there with the cloud of heaven. Now listen, only person can come from up there is called from with the cloud of heaven, because there is no cloud on the earth. There is no cloud over here that somebody will go with a cloud. Somebody has to come with the cloud of heaven. So he was coming from the cloud of heaven, and he approached the Ancient of Days and was led into his presence. Now in Tanakh, it's almost similar things they are talking about. That Son of Man came and they took him, the Ancient of Days. Where? Where? To heaven? To the God? Where? So, yes, he went somewhere. He went somewhere. And those visions also Daniel see in this book. And I have seen the same vision. So, the exactly same thing you see, the throne were put and the Ancient of Days sit down and the book were open. I have seen that vision. I was sitting on that throne. I have opened the book. I have seen the angels behind me. And I have seen thousands and thousands of people standing in front of me. I have seen that vision. So who's the Ancient of Days? Is not the God, but the son of King David. The one the God promised that one day he will bring his on the King David's son, and he will be his son and he will be his father. That's what he's talking about. Now look what he says over here. He was given, now who was given? Look, either Son of Man or the Ancient of Days. Ancient of Days already have everything. If the Ancient of Days is a God, then he has everything. He don't need nothing. But look what does it say. Okay, In my vision that night I looked, and there before me was one like a son of man coming with the cloud of heaven. He approached the Ancient of Days and was led into his presence. He was given authority, glory, and sovereign power. All people, nations, and men of every language worship him. Now, who's this man? Is Son of Man is the one we're talking about, that he came in the cloud to the Ancient of Days. Ancient of Days was down. He was born before. That is the Shiloh. That he is the Shiloh. He is the son of King David. He is the branch. He is the transgressor. He is the one will sacrifice the cow. He will sacrifice the red heifer for himself and for everybody else. There is the main sacrifice is coming. Now listen. So he has to be down here. The Ancient of Days has to be down here. Now if you think that Son of Man who came from above, or Son of Man went up, then wait a minute, he's still up there then. So you are expecting that he's coming back. So you all are expecting he's coming back in the cloud, because he already came. He already came in the cloud and he led me into his presence. Listen to me. Now look what it says. He approached the Ancient of Days and was led into his presence. First of all, the Son of Man, if he's coming down, then he meet the Ancient of Days. If he's going up there, then he is up there now. And he was given all the power. You're talking about Son of Man now. If the Son of Man, you're talking about he's the Moshiach, and he's the one who was given the power and the authority in everything, then he's up there. He is up there, it makes sense. But if the Son of Man came down to see the Ancient of Days and led him into his presence, he is the one is given. Look what does it say over here. He was given authority, glory, sovereign power. All people and nations, men of every language, worship him. Now Tanakh says, serve him. Of course, we're talking about serve him, not the worship him. They're all going to be serve him. Or even you can call worship, because most of the people, when in the old time, the people used to worship king. They used to worship king. If the king is good, everybody will talk about him and worship him. So it's just like that. What does it say? That all the nations will worship him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that will not pass away, and his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed. Now, exactly same thing in the Revelations they're talking about for they call the Antichrist, or they can call the false Messiah, or you can call the one in Daniel chapter 9, 24 to 9, 27, a prophecy. The 7 times 70 is given, and 7 times 7 plus 62 7 will pass, and then anointed one will come. The time and a half a time will pass, which is again, I am telling you, from my birthday to times and a half a time, 24 and a half years, which is ended in end of this year, the same time Trump will come and same time I will come. That's it. It's period. You believe or you don't believe, it's all up to you. But for all your rabbis, you all need to get this one thing, that you don't believe me right now after this video, then you all will be punished for what I've been telling you and you're not doing it. Your Messiah you're looking for, your Moshiach is front of you. He's not hiding. He's not hiding. Hashem wants you to listen to him. Like you said, that he will come on time or he will come in the cloud of heaven. No, he's not coming in the cloud of heaven, because you all missed that part. Now, yes, It may happen miraculously that you will see in the Mount Moriah. You may see me in the Mount Moriah miraculously if, that doesn't say anything, because it says that he already came in the cloud of heaven. He already came. So you may not see that one. You may see him donkey. Now that also already came on the donkey when I was in Jerusalem as a humble, and a lot of Palestinian and one of the Jew see me hovering above the Jerusalem on the donkey. They all came to me and they said, we saw you hovering at night on the top of Jerusalem near the rock of the dome. And they came to me. I didn't go to them. And I have no idea. It could happen. I have no idea how. But all those things, if they see me over there, I can be miraculously go up there. If the Son of Man came in the cloud, no wings, not in a drone, not in the plane, he is coming straight, then he can go anywhere. And if he rests upon me, he can go anywhere he wants on his time. And I don't have to know either. I have seen that glory. I have watched that thing. And I see that happen to me because sometimes I'm somewhere else and doing the work. Like I said, that these 24 years I haven't slept. And how that happens, I have no idea. But the thing is, what I'm saying is, over here they're talking about the Ancient of Days. If somebody was born before, why would God promise King David through Nathan that one of your own son, blood and flesh, that I will bring him back? And he will be my son. He's the one talking about that God will bring that Son of Man. Now, Son of Man and the Ancient of Days is one right now. They both are one because Son of Man is rest upon me. Now, remember I told you when the Son of Man came in, he rest upon me. He entered his spirit inside of me. My spirit left. My spirit is up there. I told you what is doing my spirit up there. I am the transgressor. I am the one over there sitting right now. Because my number being transgressor as Isaiah chapter 53. Read Isaiah 53 again and again. God is talking about the son of King David, nobody else. I am that son of King David, and I am coming. I am your Moshiach. You believe me or not right now? But we are very short. It's coming. I don't have to please nobody right now. I am who I am. God has sent me to you. I am the one to build the temple. I am the one to let you see the God glory. When you all put that temple together with me, we all gonna see the God glory. That day you will know the Torah is correct and God of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob cannot lie. He cannot lie. He is the one who wrote this. Prophet wrote it down, inspired by God 5,000 years ago. And this thing, people will see. They all will see in front of their eyes that all the prophecy will be fulfilled. On the last video I told you, there are certain prophecy still left to finish before I come. Now, first of all, I told you 24 and a half years from June 1999 to 24 and a half years will be finished end of this year. So, I can come before Rosh Hashanah, I can come at Rosh Hashanah, I can come end of the year, or definitely before the Passover. So those are the dates that I can give you right now. It's going to happen. It cannot pass. It cannot pass because you all going to see Trump coming up, and so do I. Now, as you know right now, we're talking about Iran also, that they are just now the Secretary Blinken said that Iran is about to 1 or 2 weeks away from nuclear. That means, what does that mean? That means if America don't do nothing, then there is a problem. So America or even Israel or all the world will do something. And we are looking as Gog and Magog, or we're looking at the war against Christianity and Muslims. It's all coming. We are very close. Very close. Look, the stock market, I've been telling you, I know it's going up and up like crazy. But on the same time, the inflation is up. The cost of living is high. I mean, and then when it's gonna drop, there won't be no jobs. Remember the beginning of the temple, rebuilding of the temple in Zechariah chapter, it says there won't be no jobs. There won't be no jobs. And also it says in the Revelation chapter that whole day wages glass of barley, means you will have enough to get the rationing. Also in Habakkuk chapter, it says about that he made a hole in Haggai. He made a hole in your pocket. Before you put the money in your pocket, it disappears because there are so many bills piled up. If you look at this point, all the insurance are high, all the foods are high, all the gasoline is high. I mean, you name it, anywhere, any corner you go, everything is priced so high. On your paycheck, before the paycheck comes, you have all the bills above the paycheck. So you ask for 100, you get 50. You ask for 50, give you 25. You have a bigger hole in your pocket. The money just flies away. Those are the situation right now. There are a lot of people are right now suffering and having a laid off. But they are quiet. They're not telling you. Some people are taking the half pay, and some people are taking the stock. If you put a candy on your elbow, you cannot leak. You cannot leak. And that's what they're giving you. That's what they're telling you. Look, we don't have project. We don't have no money. But if you stick with us, you will get the half paycheck right now, and we're going to give you a stock. We're going to give you a stock. When the company goes up, you will make money. Let me tell you, that's showing you lick the candy on your elbow. It's never going to happen. And there are people, IT. Just now we had a problem with all the IT. And if that collapse, we all are collapsed. The bank will be shut down and nobody will be able to buy or sell nothing. Remember, it says also in Revelation chapter in the Bible that there will be day come. There will be a day come that you cannot buy and sell without that number. But also, the God also put the same thing on your forehead or your hand, because in the Old Testament, God did that thing also. So the Satan also doing the same thing, exactly what Torah is. He is using the Torah in an opposite direction. But the way he is using to make you fool, it's good, very good. Everything is good about it. All the scriptures are good. Make you pumped up. But in the end, you all will know who's fighting against who. Thank you and God bless you. We'll see you next time.